Hey everybody, this is Pat Collins, aka the Big PH. Uh, I'm online a lot. Some would say I'm online, an unhealthy amount. But everyone on Twitter, everyone on Facebook has been ranting and raving or, shitting on Orange is the New Black, the new show by Genji Cohen, who created Weeds. And if you hadn't guessed it, I was a huge fan of Weeds up until about the fifth season, I think, where the season where they had to get new identities. I don't know, I just kind of fell out of it and I didn't really like it. If I'm sounding kind of nasally today, it's because, I don't know, I got a little head cold, but it's okay. But Orange is the New Black. I want to say right now that this will contain spoilers, so if you don't like spoilers, or you should probably not watch this video and go watch the episode yourself. But most of y'all probably already saw it. Everyone's seen it, or seen 10 minutes of it and said they didn't like it, whichever. But the show is about a girl named Piper, and she's going to prison because 10 years earlier she was dating. She was a lesbian. She was dating this girl, and who was an international drug dealer, and she carried some money on a plane, and and now it's finally catching up to her. So she goes to prison. She's going to prison for 1 year, and that's basically the setup to this comedy slash drama. And the first episode did not have a lot of drama. It had some semi-serious parts, but it was mostly a lot of comedy. And it's rounded out by like a really good cast of funny characters, which they just kind of like give you a little bit, a taste of each character. But I know that throughout the show they'll probably flesh them out a bit. There's Piper, of course. Then there's Yoga Jones. There's the killer sister, which is a killer nun. There's Diaz, who is also new. She comes in with Piper, as does one other chick, which they don't say her name in the first one, a black chick. But Diaz comes in and she's in the same bunk with Piper, and her mom is also in prison. And her mom slaps the shit out of her. She like she sees her, looks back and makes sure no one's watching, slaps the shit out of her, and keeps walking. Um, there's Nichols, who's like a lesbian, and she's like of course she's on the hunt for other lesbians because she loves to eat pussy, which I can't blame her for that. Don't knock it till you try it. Anyway, then there's Demarco, which is like um, I'd say kind of like her mentor, Piper's mentor. Then there's Morella, who is the driver. Um, and she shares Piper's dream of having someone on the outside that she loves, which is her fiance. And her fiance is played by the dude from American Pie. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's so cool, man!" Like, I just kind of marked out a little bit. and then, uh, and then there's the guards, or the COs. There's Healy, which is her case manager, and he's pretty funny because he tells her you don't have to have lesbian sex. No, you don't have to have lesbian sex, but it's awesome, so do it. like I can't knock lesbians. I love it's just a great idea. And then there's Bennett and Mendez, which are just your typical douchebag CEOs. If you've ever been to jail or prison, you know what I'm talking about. There's those douchebags everybody hates, and they're just assholes because they can be. They have all the power, and you have none. What do you expect? And then there's the counselor, who lets Piper make a phone call, but then when Piper leaves, he takes out the lotion, starts beating it. Like, oh my gosh, like that guy's gonna, I don't know, he's gonna get in some trouble. I, I can't wait to, I kind of can't wait to see where it goes with that character. But there was a lot of funny parts in this. There was Piper and her fiance having sex, um, before she goes to prison, and they're just trying to like fuck like all night, of course. Uh, and then he's ready, reared up, ready to go. Hard as an oak, and she's like, "Oh, I have to pee." And I'm like, ah, like every guy knows how that feels. you know, Hilarious. Um, there was a scene with Fred, the kitchen. Piper insults the food, and Red's the leader, leader of the kitchen. So the next day, she gets basically a bloody tampon in a muffin. That that was so. She's already making friends. uh, there was a lot of funny parts to it. I really don't want to spoil the whole thing. But there was one thing that I didn't really like about it. Like the show deals in flashbacks a lot. Like it will go from her in prison in the very beginning to her with her fiance before she goes into prison to her like with her lesbian girlfriend. And I know it's the first episode and they're trying to condense all this information. And that's one of the things is like all the characters you get just like a little taste of. And I know that they're gonna flesh them out throughout the season, but why not just like introduce a few characters and just show them off a little bit more? They just tried to condense so much into 1 hour. uh that it feels kind of helter skelter at times how much it flashes. But the comedy is really good. I thought the acting was really good, uh, and I thought it was really funny. Um, of course, I'm gonna watch episode 2, of course. Uh, and I hope that it doesn't have so many flashbacks. But and it had at the end it had a decent cliffhanger. Uh, you, she's having a panic attack after she gets the tampon. She's having a panic attack, and she goes outside, and who else does she see but you know her lesbian girlfriend, a blast from the past. Uh-oh, drama ahead. But I did think this was a good opener, or a good premiere to the show. I wish that she wouldn't have tried, wish that Jendy wouldn't have tried to put so much information into one episode. Um, so I give it. No, I thought it was good. I did. I think it was good. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was like great or spectacular, like. But the first episode did pique my interest. I will be watching the second episode, and seeing where it goes from there. But that's pretty much it for me. This is Pat Collins, aka the Big PH, signing off. Like me on Facebook, Pat Collins. Follow me on Twitter at the Big PH1. And if you dig the video, subscribe and give it a thumbs up. That's pretty much it for me. I'm going to watch episode 2 of Orange is the New Black. So y'all have a great day.